I'm going to be making magic cookie bars today. So, start off with the ingredients. 1/2 cup butter or margarine melted. I'm using butter in this case. 1/2 cups graham cracker crumbs. 1 14-ounce can Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. 2 cups semi-sweet chocolate Morcells, and 1 cup flaked coconuts, and 1 cup of chopped nuts. And start off, you're going to want to preheat the oven, which is already preheated to 350 degrees right now. And then you're going to want to start off by crushing up some graham crackers here. And I already chopped up all of the nuts, so that's already over with. But I will just hand crush these so it's a little chunky. I kind of like them that way. And while I'm doing this, I'll go over some of the history. Okay, so magic bars do have a history behind them. These magic bars were made by mothers in the 1960s to feed their children as a dessert snack. It was credited as an Eagle brand recipe that many people loved. Although it was originally created by Eagle brand, the first of these bars were made in 1856. A man named Gail Borden invented a stable milk product for feeding babies and no refrigeration. He started to sell them in a cart in New York City during the Civil War and both World Wars. This condensed milk, known as Eagle brand, became famous as a needed source of milk and sugar. After World War I, refrigeration was brought to America and destroying the purpose of condensed milk. Eagle brand then became known for making desserts, and Borden started offering money for homemade recipes and ended up getting the idea for the dairy cow. This idea made way for magic cookie bars, also known as Hello Dollies, in the 1960s and are still enjoyed by many people today. So, now that this is all crushed up, you're going to want to get a mixing bowl. And mix together the butter and so the only downside to this recipe, which is why I will understand if many of you don't want to have it, is it has a lot of calories. But that's why I'm serving it in small sizes. So, after you finish mixing this all up, you got your nice chunky little ball to start off with, and then you're gonna press this on the bottom of your pan. And you're gonna want to press it really firmly down. After you get it in a nice little square, then you're gonna want to, actually, I think I'm just gonna add a couple more crumbles to the top of this just to give it an extra little layer so it tastes a little better. If you guys like graham crackers, which I know a lot of you guys probably do, alright, so now we're gonna pour the condensed milk, which you gotta open out of a can. It's really oozy. Pour this bad boy over. There we go. Get a little. Oh, this stuff is way harder than I thought it'd be to come out. And then you gotta just let that sit for a second and just let it ooze on down and get even all over it. Then I will open up my coconuts, shavings, and add, what is it? Add a cup of chopped nuts, which I already chopped beforehand. Just make sure it's all even all around. And then I will add, hopefully you guys are okay with coconut because I'm adding a good amount. Ooh, that was loud. Just get a little bit all around. Honestly, I find it easier to not use the cups and just to kind of put how much you want on it. It's a little bit easier that way. Always try and clean up as you go, just to make sure you got everything all in order. And let's clean up at the end. It's always fun. And last but not least, add some chocolates on top. And throw this baby in the oven. And that's gonna cook for about 25 minutes, and then you got yourself some magic cookie bars. One more thing, almost forgot. Last but not least, here are my techniques. Baking, which is to cook by dry heat without direct exposure to a flame, typically in an oven or on a hot surface. Layering, the action of arranging something in layers. Mixing, combine or put together to form one substance. And pressing, to firmly put pressure or force on an object. And chopping, a downward cutting blow or movement.